A tentative July trial date is set for the young man accused of stabbing a 15-year-old Scottsbluff boy to death earlier this year. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the teen accused of fatally stabbing a 15-year-old in Scottsbluff in January has waived his right to a speedy trial. Wednesday was supposed to be the pre-trial hearing for 17-year-old Devontae Costella, who's charged with second-degree murder in the death of Wyatt Reeb. However, a motion filed by his attorney requested a continuance because discovery in this case is quite large and both sides are continuing to exchange information. District Judge Andrew Miller granted the motion for the continuance and postponed the pretrial hearing for June 11th ahead of a tentative July jury trial date. Co-defendant Corey Rotherham Jr. is currently scheduled to be back in court in May for his pretrial hearing. Well, the former general manager of the Scottsbluff Sonic, who was arrested in November and charged with stealing cash deposits, will have to wait a little longer for sentencing in Scottsbluff County District Court. 35-year-old Jessica Littlehoop was arrested late last year after the restaurant's regional manager went to Scottsbluff police, saying that Littlehoop hadn't made any deposits from November 15th through the 18th, with more than $1,500 missing. Earlier this year, she pled no contest to a Class 1 misdemeanor charge of theft by taking $500 to $1,500 and agreed to pay restitution. Sentencing was scheduled for Tuesday, but both the prosecution and defense agreed for a continuance, with a new sentencing date now set for May 7th. And a rural Mitchell teen has pleaded guilty to amended charges after allegedly trying to rob a local convenience store in the winter. Court documents say the 17-year-old used a knife to try to forcibly rob the clerk at the Moral Business on February 3rd. He was facing charges in juvenile court that included attempted robbery, use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, and terroristic threats, but was ultimately found guilty on misdemeanor charges of assault or threatening in a menacing manner, an attempt of a Class 2 felony. The teen, who is not charged as an adult, ended up getting sentenced to 6 months of probation. We'll have more news right after this.
Whether you're gardening, searching for the perfect vacation home, or planning your next travel destination, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisors, Jody Rosiska and Kevin Figg, get to know you, your passions, and your vision for the future, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
Military, first responders, teachers, Renewal by Andersen is offering a heartfelt thank you with its first ever appreciation sale. 20% off every window and door, no money down, no interest, and no payments for 18 months, plus an additional 9% off if purchased on the initial consultation. That's 29% off. Military, first responders, teachers, this is a limited time offer, so do not wait. Please book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com.
Welcome back. 16 people were killed in traffic crashes on Nebraska roadways last month, according to the Nebraska Department of Transportation. 8 of the 13 vehicle occupants killed were not wearing seatbelts, 2 were using a seatbelt, and 3 had unknown seatbelt usage. 1 was a pedestrian and 2 were motorcyclists. A total of 49 people lost their lives on Nebraska roadways in the first quarter of the year, down from 56 the same time last year, and 3 fewer than the average for the prior 4 years. Well, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen has joined other Republican governors asking the U.S. EPA to bump up the Renewable Volume Obligation, or RVO, to help meet the nation's energy goals and promote growth in the agriculture and biofuels industries. Pillen says because of renewable fuels policy, we now have 24 ethanol plants and have the infrastructure that allows Nebraska to be the epicenter of the new bioeconomy. In the joint letter addressed to EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, the governors are asking the EPA to establish a 2016 RVO of no less than 15 billion gallons for conventional ethanol and 5.25 billion gallons for biomass-based diesel. Joining Pillen in signing the letter were the governors of Iowa, Missouri, and South Dakota.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Cougar softball riding the late season wave, plus a signing took place east off Highway 26 earlier this week. The Cougar softball team playing good ball coming down the home stretch of the season right now. They've won 9 straight games. They swept a pair of close contests on the road from NJC on Monday. The Cougars are on the road this weekend for games in New Mexico against Luna Community College. Here's head coach Courtney Medina on their approach to things on the back end of the schedule right now.
You know, we don't take any games lightly, honestly. We try not to get too big or too small about it either. You know, we try not to put too much emphasis on what could be on the line for us. We just mostly focus on, you know, are we playing Cougar softball? That's kind of what's on the line for us always. So stat-wise, like, we are sitting at 3rd in the conference right now. So with McCook and Otero both ahead of us, Trinidad's at our heels right now. So ideally, you know, it's just keep winning and keep putting together good ball games and try to keep moving up.
4 games at Luna and then a split location 4-game set against McCook to close out the regular season. That's what's ahead for the Cougar softball team. The baseball team, they're at Otero today and tomorrow. Both teams at 8-8 in conference play. Key series on the road for the Cougar baseball team. On the signing front earlier this week, it was Baird senior Carly McKibben. She's set to wrestle in college. She'll head to North Iowa Area Community College.
Okay, well, I chose Nyack because I really liked their wrestling program, and the coach is really great, and he's showing me what their program looks like, and I really love it. And for girls wrestling, man, ever since I was little, I've been in a wrestling room, and I just love the sport so much. I figured, like, why not try it in college? So.
McKibben is a 4-time state qualifier at Baird, and this past season she was able to up her performance to finish as a state medalist, finishing 6th in Class B at 100 pounds.
Yeah, well, my junior year didn't end the way I wanted it to. I lost some heartbreaks at state, so coming into my senior year, I just really wanted to finish strong. Like, I wanted a medal. And that was my whole goal, my whole drive, my senior season, is working harder and everything just to get to where I wanted to be.
McKibben cited Baird's commitment to the girls wrestling program there and a very difficult travel schedule for having her at her best this past season.
Those trips were long, but they were worth it. We traveled a lot this year, but I think it really helped us in the district and state tournaments, seeing those bigger schools and those better opponents.
Congratulations to Baird's Carly McKibben. She'll wrestle at Nyack. That's North Iowa Area Community College in Mason City, Iowa. That is the latest from the Sports Desk today. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, last month, Larry the Cable Guy headlined a comedy show at the Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff, and later this summer, his opening act will be taking center stage. Comedian Nick Hoff, a Hastings native, will be headlining the comedy show on Saturday, August 2nd. Hoff concluded his March 1st set by telling the sellout crowd there would be nothing more he wanted to be able to return to the stage in Scottsbluff.
If you know who we are, we can continue to work, and I'd love to come back to Scottsbluff and do more comedy, so please do that.
Tickets are on sale online at MidwestTheater.com. Tickets are $25 for members, $30 for non-members. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.